Let's do this, Denver. Welcome into Happy Friday. We're about to have a fantastic episode, and we are about to blow your mind with things that are happening out here, and also blow your mind like the Mile High Life Network. They are blowing up the scene here in Colorado for local podcasts. Definitely check out them and all the amazing content on there. Vic Lombardi, Left Hand, Right Brain, Molly Smiths did that age well. There's so much great content out there, so definitely go check it out. And we are so happy to be here with them and to support what they do. Also, I am joined by the linguist, John X.
Well, what up, humanoids? Bobby the Brain Heenan here with you, fresh off the Royal Rumble. And you know what? We heard the Frickashinas here. Bring the Frickashinas in, because their song, they have a brand new single called I Like Your Band Better. Art, you know what you were just saying? I like your podcast better. That's the podcast on Mile High Life. We're proud to support them, proud to be a part of this network. Frickashinas, I Like Your Band Better. Find it. We'll link to it in the show notes.
Also joined by my good friend, the negotiator, Kevin Batstone.
That's right, guys. I am ready to negotiate some great topics with you guys tonight. Love this podcast. Love the Mile High Life Network. Let's get to it.
Yes. So we seeing shadows on the ground as of yesterday. What are the shadows telling us, John?
Well, if we go to our chief meteorologist, Pittsburgh division, Phil Connors, he was out in Punxatawney, and Punxatawney Phil predicted 6 more weeks of winter. No shit. Right? This winter has already felt like it's 6 goddamn months long. And in the words of Phil Connors, it's going to be cold, it's going to be dark, it's going to last you the rest of your life. I don't feel that way necessarily because I'm seeing some light at the end of the tunnel. But let's take the premise of that movie, right? You have to relive one day for the rest of your life. Or, I don't know, maybe for eternity, which sounds a little daunting. So let's say you have to relive one day from your life, I don't know, for the next year. Mm-hmm. Okay? What day you guys picking? You got one in mind?
I mean, it's going to have to be a day where I was active, where I had some challenges.
So you're not going to the DMV?
No, I mean, maybe you just ride dirty that day then. It's going to be a nice day where I could wear shorts.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be one of those days. But ultimately what's interesting about that whole concept is you're going to do this same day differently almost every single repeat, right?
One would hope. One would think, anyway.
Unless you just really had, like, it was just, like, on, like, you had a good expensive dinner, like, like, a beautiful woman take home with and all that.
Yeah, well, I have just such a day.
Yeah.
In mind. It was actually my 40th birthday. I was in Portland, Oregon. I woke up, did exactly what I wanted to do, woke up next to a beautiful woman, my wife. We had a little husband and wife time, let's say. We went and got some nice brunch. We went to Powell's Books. We had a great lunch. We drank some craft beer, craft cocktails. We were there with great friends. We were riding scooters around the city. We went to all sorts of really cool businesses. And we ended the night with an amazing, amazing dinner. Like, I could do that night several days, day several days in a row, not get tired of it. What a great day.
That sounds like a fantastic day. And that's kind of where my mind was going, too, is like just when you have those great days, like vacation, you're in a fun spot, maybe you're on the beach kicking back, drinking some Mai Tais, the food's fantastic, you just feel great, you don't have a care in the world. Those are the kind of days, right? That's the kind of day you want to live over and over again.
The only thing I will say as a family man is I got to figure out a day where I can work in my kids, but not too much, right? Because
it's a balance.
Too much kid day, then you're doing a fucking job.
It's a day that you already had a planned babysitter on.
Right, where I get some kid time, but not like the whole day is kid time.
Yes.
So that's the only thing missing from my ideal day.
It's definitely a balanced formula for sure. And look, Groundhog Day, I'm going to tell you this. I mean, look, he saw his shadow, okay? Uh-huh. So what? We have 6 more weeks of winter according to this large animal that gets yanked out of the ground once a year, and he doesn't know what's going on. Everyone crowds around.
Yeah.
You know, look, here's how I think Groundhog Day should work, and I'm curious what you fellas think about this.
You're redoing Groundhog Day?
Yeah, I think it needs to be revamped. You know, I like the idea of it, but we're only relying on, like you said, the Pittsburgh area, Pennsylvania. Their weather conditions play into this huge, and we're determining, what the winter's going to look like for the rest of the world, essentially.
Okay.
Right? I think we need multiple groundhogs on site, right?
Groundhogs on ground.
Groundhogs on ground in different parts of the country, of the world, whatever, and then we take an average of who saw their shadow and who didn't. That's how we determine it.
That makes more sense.
You know what? I'll bet it's the opposite in the Southern Hemisphere because it's summer there.
That's a good point.
Maybe they want 6 more weeks of summer, right? So if a kangaroo, eats an ice cream sandwich, Then 6 more weeks of summer, right? You put an ice cream sandwich out, the kangaroo hops over to it, eats it, and they go, "Oh, hell yeah, mate." I can't do an Australian accent.
That's a tough one.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Shrimp on the
Yeah,
bobby.
good day. This is awful. These are terrible accents.
garbage.
Oh, mate, the roo done jumped up and ate the whole
Let's go while we're
cream.
ahead.
What the fuck happened?
Let's quit while we're ahead.
Yeah.
I am horrible at accents, as you will continue to learn, John. As you will continue to learn. So, look, I don't care what the Groundhog's shadow says. Look, I'm bored mid-March, and it has almost snowed on my birthday almost every single year in my life ever. And speaking of that, I'm happy that the sun's staying up later.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
fantastic.
We just finished the 10 darkest weeks of the year.
So blessings to us all here. We've got through the darkest 10 weeks of the year. The 5 weeks before Winter Solstice and the 5 weeks after are the darkest of the year. That's roughly 20% of the year. It's over. It's done. Fuck it. We're done. We're moving into more sunlight until June.
I like it.
Fantastic. Okay.
Let's go.
In the fucking darkness, how do you guys keep your spirits up? Because lack of sunlight really affects me.
I agree.
Yeah.
How I keep my spirits up is spending every Thursday with you and Arthur, of course. Well, I spend way too much time with this guy. And
Okay.
No, I have a better. I got a good answer.
just like you brought in, a nice ray of sunshine as Mr. Arthur Raw, it comes full circle.
Look.
And it's about the people you surround yourself with,
Yeah,
really.
and I agree with
As I
that.
groan at
but,
that.
but there's also another solution. And this is a trade secret, everyone. Lava lamp.
Ah.
You put that lava lamp ablazing, and of course, bourbon. Lava lamp, bourbon, baby. And when it's dark, though, banger and mash. Bangers and mash, lava lamp, burning baby, burning fire, lion heart. Okay.
That's a
That
lot
was a
of...
weird freestyle, bro.
It was.
I had a lot of things going through my mind right there. No,
And they were like trying to get through the door like the Three Stooges.
bumping into each other. Yes, yes.
That's going to be the clip, isn't it?
Probably. Bourbon, baby, banging. Yes.
Lava
okay.
lamp.
So, yeah, lava lamping. So,
What is this show?
the fuck is this
look,
show?
when it's dark and you have all that going on, sometimes your bills go up, though, right? You're paying for the cold. You're paying to keep it warm. What's going on with Xcel, Kev?
Well, I mean, look, anyone tuning in is probably pissed off at Xcel right now.
Sure.
Okay, I talked to my folks, I talked to some coworkers, and I'm like, man, how about this electric bill? And it's old news at this point. Look, everyone's pissed. We've seen.
Do you talk like Jerry Seinfeld to your parents like that?
I don't know.
What's the deal with this electric bill?
What's going on with this? Everyone's pissed. They're affected by it. They've seen major price increases here over the last few months. So Xcel's saying, all right, look, we got to do something here. According to, what's being proposed here is we're looking at possibly a 15% price reduction on the natural gas costs going into February and March, which could be, look, that's $15 for every 100 on your bill. I've talked to some folks that are in the 400 or 500s trying to heat their home. John, I'm sure you have a large home to heat.
Oh, yeah,
you
dude.
felt it.
Dude, and I have solar, which was supposed to mitigate this, but
Yeah.
that's electricity. You're not really using that much electricity
Yeah.
during the winter. So my gas bill has been crazy. So it's and I'm also paying for the solar panels.
Yeah.
So it's like a double whammy, and you go, man.
I heard that they haven't, turned them on or something.
No, mine are on. Mine are good.
Okay.
But the point is, some relief is coming. But my God, Xcel just had a hearing at the Public Utilities Commission. People showed up and they're like, "You guys are fucking us here."
Yeah.
Come on here. You're public utility, a public good. You got to give us some relief.
Absolutely, it needs to come. And so what I did to kind of hedge against this a little bit, because when I first saw, my apartment stays extremely cold because I have garages underneath and I have linoleum wood floors. And so you literally, I can't walk barefoot in my apartment because it's ice. There's no insulation. There's garages below me. So what I did is I bought space heaters to hedge against. I'd rather pull from the electric side than try to pull from the gas side. And it's helped. It's helped keep the apartment at temp. That's kind of one of the tips that I would recommend.
You guys are bringing me back to my dorm days where it's like you can't have space heaters and you can't have lava lamps because they're both fire hazards.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah,
Like,
that's contraband essentially in the
So I
dorms.
will tell you this newer lava lamp, because I bought this about a year ago or so, and it has a different light bulb, I feel like, than they used to sell with these things. And I feel like it's to help protect against fire. It takes 2 hours for this thing to warm up and actually start bubbling. It takes a while.
Well, and here's the other thing, too, with space heaters is people consider that a fire hazard because when they tip over, they would burn. Now they have a little switch on. If they're not sitting completely upright and they tip, it automatically turns it off.
Yeah.
So that's also
That's
nice.
crucial, yeah. I
that
think that's
makes sense.
a great safety feature.
Yep.
And talking about safety features as far as safely locking in the most Super Bowl rings ever, Tom Brady. Okay, he's finally retiring.
So,
Yeah.
all right, Denver. I look.
A+ on that, man. That was just.
I didn't know how I put that together.
Did you start a sentence and not know how it was going to end?
Oh, all the time.
I know you do, but that one felt. You landed the plane on that one, though.
Look,
dude.
as long as you're confident while you don't know what you're doing, people won't care.
That was fantastic. Well done. Sorry, Kev. You were about to. You be serious here.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Look, we're having fun here, and I know a lot of you Denver sports fans are probably happy to see Tom Brady go. And I'll start off by saying this is the only city that Tom Brady has a losing record in. So congratulations, Denver, on that.
Good job, Denver.
As you know, I grew up in New England, a huge New England Patriots fan. What he did for our organization was tremendous over 20 years. It just goes without speaking. 7 Super Bowls, 7 Super Bowl MVPs, 3 league MVPs. The list goes on. Over 100,000 yards passing, including regular and postseason. There's no question that the GOAT rides off. Should he have done it last year when he first announced it? Maybe. Maybe he shouldn't have come back. That's, he wanted to play to at least 45. He achieved it. He will go down as the greatest quarterback to ever play the game. We love you, Tom.
Well, okay. Don't use the first person plural there.
I love you, Tom.
Okay. What I will say is no disagreement from me, Kev. Okay. Best quarterback of all time, easily. And in my mind, Tom Brady will always be a folk hero for the Deflategate thing. And here's why. Your employer cannot arbitrarily change the rules against you when they are pissed off at you. And the fact that he fought them and went to court, did he deflate the footballs? Honestly, I don't give a shit. It does not matter to me. But he fought his employer by saying, you cannot change the rules. Like, these were the rules, and now you want to change them because you're pissed off at me? No, fuck that. We're going to court.
Yeah.
Love that. Folk hero, dude.
Yeah, he fought it. He was on a 4-game suspension that year. Everyone heard about Deflategate, and the Patriots were cheaters, cheatriots. We heard all that stuff. But he never gave up on wanting to win.
It was a principled thing too.
Yep.
Like, so, and maybe it was just a defiant fuck you, which is also my energy.
Yep.
Like, I am not a good employee. I'm a better consultant. Like, by every stretch.
That's good to know your strengths, right?
Yeah.
and where to be.
Yeah. And so, but like watching him go to war with his employer,
Yeah.
that to me felt like a principled stand.
Yeah.
Always be cool in my head for that.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, one of my favorite Tom Brady lines is, my favorite ring is my next one. The man loved to win, and he played with a chip on his shoulder. 6th-round pick.
He was epic. He always stayed in it. He was dedicated, even though he wasn't like a first string draft pick or whatever, first round.
6th round.
Yeah, sixth
round,
round,
199th overall,
and was backup for a long time, and then the guy got injured, and that's what brought him into the game.
It was Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah, so
during the Jets game,
it's just a cool story of like kind of this underdog that had more grit than the other people on the field, and it goes to show you that you can do this too. Like if not necessarily win 7 Super Bowl rings, but you can go out there and outperform everybody else in whatever you find important in your life, and I think it's so cool. What an inspirational person, and I can't wait to see where he puts this energy next. Like what's next to come, we'll see.
He's going into the booth. He's got a contract deal with Fox, so we'll be able to see him, listen to him commentate. Troy Aikman did a great job with it. Tony Romo is questionable at this point. But I think Brady's going to really add a lot of value to the commentating piece.
Really? You take Aikman over Romo?
At this point, when Romo first stepped into the booth,
okay.
I loved Romo because he was so into it and he was so fresh off the field.
Yeah.
Now he makes a lot of weird noises and just doesn't seem to flow as good as Aikman.
Aikman, it sounds like I'm not going to slander him by what I was going to say next. What I will say is Aikman has a bunch of run-on sentences where he's doing like 7 ands in a sentence, and it's like, bro, end the sentence.
Right.
Okay, like Aikman, shut up already.
Yeah,
like
that's kind of where Romo's gotten to.
I don't know. We can agree to disagree here.
That's fair enough.
About ex-Cowboys quarterbacks.
About ex-Cowboys quarterbacks. That is a good point.
It's almost like you two could go around in circles in this conversation, which brings us to our next topic, which is NASCAR is back. Kevin, you're about to be a real busy man with this.
That's right. Yeah, if you guys can't get enough of this radio voice on Discussion Combustion Happy Friday, tune in Monday night to Mash the Gas podcast, where we're going to break down the Clash at the Coliseum. NASCAR's 75th anniversary is kicking off at the LA Memorial Coliseum. I'm excited. We're going to have 36 cars on a quarter-mile track. I'm not a huge fan of the stadium-style racing because there's just not a lot of room. It's basically just playing chase, cat and mouse. You're just kind of following each other around. There's not enough room to really race. But I like that NASCAR is going to give this another go. It's cool to see the LA Memorial Coliseum turn into a NASCAR racetrack. It's great for the city of LA to get involved with NASCAR a bit.
That's a shorter one, right?
It's a quarter mile.
Yeah.
So Kev, a quarter mile?
Yep.
Like
it's like a track.
Like track and field.
Yes.
Like a foot race.
Yes.
How the fuck
with
do you
36 cars?
How?
It's going to be a shit show, John.
Like, have they done this before?
They did it last year, but they only did it with 20 cars.
Okay, that's a shit lot of cars. It's like, have you ever watched like the relay on short track speed skating in, like Winter Olympics? It's like that.
Pretty much.
Or like roller derby, right?
Roller derby. That would be a good example. That's a wild sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, people who play roller derby, like
chicks are horde.
You intimidate me, and I like it.
Oh, they're intense. They take some hits,
dude. In the Highlands, they used to do the running of the bulls, which it was a 1K. So, but the roller derby chicks, the Highland Bulls, used to come and whack you with like pool noodles and stuff.
What?
So
That's
yeah,
intense.
it was awesome. It was really.
It does
fun.
sound fun running away from pool noodles.
Yeah, like and hot chicks on roller skates.
Yeah,
it's terrific.
I mean, you can't go wrong with that. For
No,
sure.
no.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, it's going to be a lot of fun. Wiz Khalifa's doing the NASCAR halftime show. They started incorporating that for the Clash. It's a non-points race, so we don't start counting points till the Daytona 500, which I'm sure I'll talk about in a few weeks.
You know what? I was thinking we didn't have enough Pittsburgh content on this show, so thank you for bringing up Wiz Khalifa.
Yep, he will be there.
Oh, he's from out there?
Yeah, black
very
and yellow,
much.
right?
Oh, yeah, duh, obviously.
Yeah. So
Sometimes,
Yeah, just a bit.
Yeah, sometimes I swear to goodness, I wish I could use AI more often to help me put together sentences.
You know, while we're here, Eminem is from Detroit, Art.
He is.
I don't know if you knew that.
No, I did know that one.
Yeah, hey, yeah.
And
Tech Nine's from
you're from
Kansas City.
Park Hill, which is 5 blocks from everything.
That's right. You know it. We'll talk about Park Hill later in the show.
including
Yes.
a segment coming later, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So a subject that we talked about before on here is AI and AI art. And we had discussions about that and kind of all agreed on, what's the benefit? How can that actually help people that are artists? And so there was we're going to dive back into that world a little bit. They tested Chat GPT. If you're unfamiliar with this, it's a website that you can log into and you can basically put in inputs and this thing can write code. It could write children's stories for you. It could write, if you're looking to get a promotion, what steps you might need to take or something. So it's this cool AI, and they asked Colorado knowledge to this thing, and it actually did really well as far as the Colorado knowledge goes. It picked out like the top 4 breweries in the state, and
Including this one.
Yep, it did.
This was one of them.
And then not plowing the roads and stuff, everything that we can see in the news. But kind of the greater topic here is I want to talk about the morality of like this AI stuff. Like if you can potentially have this thing write books, you can potentially have it code for you at work. It can eliminate jobs. Like how far is that? How far is too far with AI? And what do y'all think about that?
Well, we talked about it last week with, Atlas, the robot, right? And what they're developing with that and some of the movements. Just seeing all these different areas of AI, I think it's concerning, but it's exciting. I'll echo a point I made last week. And I haven't quite dove into this. I know our buddy did, and it wrote like a whole rap song about discussion combustion, which was weird. Like it just put like podcast Denver, here's the name of it, and it came with this whole rap. So it's really, and we were talking about it last night a little bit too, with Corey, which was great because it's like, does that then play into plagiarism if you're going to try to use that as intellectual property?
I am not an AI guy.
Yeah.
I'm largely anti-AI.
I would agree with you.
That's my personal bias. I don't even use Alexa in my home. I don't need shit listening in. And also, people think that's easier, but I hear people argue with Alexa more than they seem to get use out of it. Mm-hmm. Right? So for me, I had a guy on my show years ago named Jim Gunderson who was like an AI expert and was trying to get AI to write blog posts, which is essentially what this is. Mm-hmm. Right? That's how I make my living, is in writing in ways that sound unique and interesting and very human. And the closer we get to that, the thing that bothers me about this, and if you've seen any of the Jurassic Park movies, they're all centered around the philosophical question, like just because you can, does that mean that you should?
Yeah.
Right? And people who come up with innovations rarely ever think about whether or not they should. And that bothers me. Mm-hmm. So Terminator 2, right? She's talking about the atomic bomb. Men like you invented it. Men like you thought it up. Like, how are we supposed to know? It's like, motherfucker, the way this always goes is how it always goes, right? You come up with this awesome breakthrough innovation. Eventually, it's going to be used for evil, and it's going to be used to marginalize some people. So generally, I'm kind of anti-AI, but I agree. Like, it's doing a remarkable job. It's a tremendous facsimile of human thought and human speech patterns, but I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
That's me.
I mean, I want to dabble and play around with it a little bit, but I just want humanity to stay creative and not become lazy. And that's my biggest concern, is that this thing is going to make it so automated and easy to, put together whatever you're looking for, and then you're taking away the challenge, and then how's that going to affect humanity in the long run if all of a sudden we just have this AI that's initially thinking for us?
Well, and what do you do about employment? What do you do about work? Because that's how we define ourselves. That's how we spend our days. And I'm not saying that eliminating the need for work is necessarily a bad thing. It probably isn't. But that is sort of an existential crisis that humanity would face because we define ourselves through the fulfillment we get out of meaningful tasks that contribute to the greater good.
Yeah.
If we have robots doing that for us,
then where's that energy that you're going to...
Then where does that leave us existentially as people and our purpose for being?
So true.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more. I mean, like I said, it's concerning. It's cool, but concerning because, just like in Terminator, she goes after Miles Dyson, right?
Yeah.
It was your fault. You created this. This is why we ended up here. And we don't know where this thing's headed yet. And we're accelerating at a rapid pace. And I don't know. Hang on tight, fellas.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. So we had to put this one in here. This is super cool. And its local orchestra offers kids a unique opportunity here. And I love music. I mean, look, that's such a broad statement. Everybody loves music. And if you're one of those people, then maybe try a little bit because it really brings a lot of layers in life.
I'm reading a book right now called This Is What It Sounds Like, which describes all the different things that you love about music, whether it's melody, whether it's novelty, whether it's lyrics, it's on and on and on. And you're right. There are some people, music just doesn't land for them. And I can't, I don't relate to it.
What is their jam then? What is your jam if you don't like music?
Well, you're in the wrong room here because we all three
music
fucking...
guys. Yeah.
No, I was talking to the listeners. Yeah.
I would say, maybe like ASMR. Like, what else would you audibly, satisfy?
Like that?
Some people are into like different things.
I don't know, man. My friend's mom used to drive to work in silence.
Really?
Yeah.
Right. She had like a 40-minute commute too. Would just drive
in silence.
Yeah. Some people just to wind. I don't know. Like that Ron White joke. Last time I was in New York, one of you fuckers stole my radio, so I got to drive back to Texas for 20 hours, listening to the sound of wind, and then he,
Good old Ron White.
Yeah. Tater salad.
He's sober now. If you can believe that.
So back to the music, and good for him.
Yes.
I mean, good for him.
Oh yeah, we know we talked about this on the show however many weeks ago.
Yep.
Back to the music, though.
Yeah.
Mr. Kingsland, he created an opportunity where kids can actually perform with a professional orchestra and do one single song. So creating this opportunity, if you're into instruments and you're looking into that sort of stuff, definitely go to the show notes. Check out the link down there. There's a bunch of information in the article. And it's a cool opportunity because imagine being able to you're a kid and then you get an opportunity to go shoot a couple free throws on the basketball court with your favorite team.
Yeah.
If you're playing instruments, and so I had a question on that, Kev. I know you did play in a band, a Farmageddon band.
Farmageddon.
Yeah.
Cowpunk Farmageddon.
Cowpunk band.
Close enough.
So guitar doesn't count, but did you ever play in a band growing up in grade school?
I did the basic band stuff, right? So I played the recorder. That was the first instrument I think any of us played in early grade school. I did try the trumpet, and I wasn't good at it. I just wasn't. I couldn't get my lips right. I couldn't get that air moving. So, for me, it didn't take early. And I didn't start playing guitar until I was in my early 20s. So I think this is fantastic that they're getting kids involved at a young age. I wish I would have started a lot younger.
Yeah, I don't have musical talent. I never felt it. I love music, but I can't do it.
So you never got recruited into playing any brass?
No, not since the recorder in 4th grade. That was about where it ended for me. It's the end. But my kids are both super interested in it. I got an email out to School of Rock right now, and so they want to get involved. They want to. I think one of them wants to do drums. One wants to do piano. They're interested in guitar.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Those are both amazing instruments.
Exciting.
I mean, piano, guitar are my two favorite. I played the trumpet for a little bit. I was all right, I guess. I don't know. I didn't pursue that. But it's fun. You got to go get involved with music, get involved with your local community, and definitely when you get involved with people who are already doing what you would like to do, you're going to pick up so much, you're going to learn so much. And that's why we're honored to sit here across from the table with you, John, and be doing all these things. Kevin, honored to be sitting next to you too, man.
Oh, thanks, man. I enjoy it. It's happy
What a
Friday.
day. What a time to be alive.
It is.
Incredible.
I might live today
I hope you do.
30 days in a row.
Oh,
Okay.
today. I was wondering where you were going with that.
I'm having a good day. It's been a good day.
Yeah, that had the potential to turn dark in the predicate of that sentence.
That could have gone either which way.
Yeah. But
It's a good day.
It was up or down and went up. Terrific.
Happy Friday, good day.
Happy Friday.
Yes. I mean, there's so many opportunities that we could have made happen today. All I'd have to do is just call out of work.
Jesus.
So talking about work, and there is labor.
Oh, talking about work. What are the odds? All of a sudden,
there's a labor shortage out there. I actually didn't even know. I didn't even mean to do that one like that.
I don't believe you.
But so, all right. So pandemic happened. Everybody's aware of this. You know, there's like this labor shortage. There's a liquor store, Proof Wine and Spirits in Rhino. They had a couple things to say. They were interviewed, and they had a couple reasons to why they believe that people are no longer available to work like they used to be. So in the past, before 2020, it would normally take about a month to fill a position. Now it's taking about 6 months for them on average. They're getting a lot of things like, hey, I might want to move to another city. I'm unsure about this job, or I want to spend more time with my family. Those things all make sense. But there has been a major worker shortage in entry-level positions, and also kind of across all fields of industry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What personally do y'all think are the main contributing factors to this? Like, why? What was the big change? What happened?
I think, well, I mean, look, we talk about the pandemic. I think that got a lot of folks comfortable from working from home. So some of the, general labor positions, I have a long history of working in the grocery business. Glad to be out of that business, but that's hard work. It doesn't really pay that well. So a lot of folks aren't looking at that as an option anymore, and being out in the elements, right, a lot of the time. We've seen it in the food industry a lot, too. I mean, I pulled up to a Taco Bell in Seven Hills area around 3:30, and they said, look, we had to close because we don't have people to work.
Wow.
So we're seeing it across those industries, I feel like most. Brick and mortar locations, fast food, you're really seeing it there. But to your point, Art, 1 month, hire time turnaround is now like 3 months. It's like 90 days to fill these positions.
Where are these workers going, though? Like, what are they doing?
I think there's lots of remote opportunities in the service industry. Where if you can work from home, it's easier and it's better, and you don't have to take shit from people like in face to face. I mean, you're talking about in the grocery business, so many people I watch just be rude to cashiers and stuff.
Yep.
And you go, why? Like, stop doing this, because like these places that we like, the service is not what it used to be. But I think some of that's on the customers. Here's the other thing. I think it's on management types that are slow to adapt. Where, it's like, well, we always had people to do this. It's like, yeah, that was kind of built on exploitation in a lot of ways. So now the balance of power is shifted, and I think it's up to the leadership class to adapt to that. Additionally, I think one of the things is $15 minimum wage, where is something that I'm generally in favor of, but it does have consequences, because you can't hire people necessarily to do the jobs that you did, because they can find better and more fulfilling work, Kev, to your point, for the same price point.
Yep.
And so it becomes much more challenging. There's a lot of contributing factors. It's weird.
Yeah.
It is true, and it affects the supply chain of the entire world. I mean, this is not just an issue that's happening in America, to what I believe. I didn't really do too much research on that part, but how could it just be centralized only in America? It has to be world-round. Where are these people going? What are they doing for work? All those businesses out there, entrepreneurs, keep pushing, keep making it happen. And what is it, Oblio's?
Yeah.
Pizzeria? There's a new owner and entrepreneur over there.
So Park Hill, place in my hood.
5 blocks.
Is it fly box away, John?
No, it's more than 5. It's like 8. No, I don't know how many. But it within a mile of my house or so. Been going here for a long, long time. They have new owners. I know the manager there, Don McKay. Her mom was the owner. She's happy that her mom is out because it was stressful. Her mom's like 70 years old. They managed to find a seller. It's a guy named Drew Leach. He's 34. He has great nostalgia for the place. Been in the restaurant business for 15 years. Found an investor right away, and he said, I want to keep this Park Hill institution kind of the way it was. I want to bring it back to its former glory. Nice. I'm happy that it's on steady footing. It's one of those places where I always love to go because they had teenagers working there too. Like, when you can get real world experience, I think everyone should be required to do food service at some point.
Yes.
Because you will grow your empathy for the rest of the world in remarkable ways. So great pizza there. Excited to see what Drew does with it. Happy to promote them here.
Yeah, I want to go down for a slice. I love local neighborhood pizza joints.
Dude, and you'd love this hood too. It's in a quiet block. So like, and it's off kind of the beaten path. You come up, you go, wow, what is this hood? This is fantastic.
Really?
You'll love it.
I'm down. I want to go check it out.
It's just like what, some restaurants plotted in the middle of a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Is it one of those? I love those little.
Yeah.
It's like a gym, a walkable area for that neighborhood. But also when you drive and stumble across it.
Oh, that's the best. And if it's delicious pizza, like is it wood fire? Is it like traditional style?
So it's like traditional, like red tablecloth kind of like
Love it.
place. Yeah, it's great. So it's on 22nd between Kearney and Cremeria.
Let's take Happy Friday down for a bite one afternoon.
That sounds like a hoot.
I'm so down for that. So when you prepare your pizza, are you putting on it the pepper and Parmesan?
Absolutely. Red crushed pepper and parm.
I like them both. Yeah.
Yeah, I like doing it both. And then I also like making a little pile of Parmesan on my plate. And what I do with that is once I just have the crust left, I'll smash the crust into the parm.
Delicious.
So I get a little parmy crust.
See, what I do is I make a pile of Parmesan, and then I cut it up with a credit card, and then I get my straw, and I just snort it. Just hook it right up to my veins, right?
Oh, that's the best way to get that cheese hit. You want that parm hit.
Yeah, after the bird hit.
That's right.
So
that's right.
You get a downer and an upper. It's like doing a speedball.
Oh, man.
So,
Yes. PSA,
No,
don't
it's
take
like
any of
doing
our
a
advice.
cheese ball.
like a cheese ball.
A cheese ball.
Perfect. All right,
getting
cool.
rowdy.
Let's do cool shit to do this weekend. Oblio's is open this weekend, but same neighborhood, Station 26 Brewing in Northeast Park Hill on Saturday from 4 to 7 is having a Blue Pan Pizza pop-up. That's other great pizza. I mean, that's Detroit style.
Ooh, yummy.
That is delicious pizza. And Blue Pan, probably the best one here in Denver at doing Detroit style. Station 26 has a white stout that I can't wait to get, which when you smell it, it looks like regular beer. And you go, what the fuck? Why does that smell so dark? Why am I getting like coffee and chocolate and vanilla notes? I can't wait to try their version. Not enough places do white stouts.
I mean, I like a good white stout.
Yeah,
You
good
know,
stuff. I'd love to. I
I'm
love
usually
it.
about the lager and pilsners, though. I like the Cervantes too. I like the lighter beers, honestly.
The what?
The lighter beers.
No, the Cervantes?
Yeah, what?
A Mexican lager.
Cerveza?
Cerveza.
Oh, what's a Cervante?
That's a venue here in Denver.
That was Cervantes Masterpiece Ballroom. We talked about it like 1 or 2 weeks ago.
That's right. I almost made it the whole episode.
It wouldn't be a Happy Friday.
Coulda, but didn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a Happy Friday without it, Art. So if you guys are feeling kind of frisky and you want to get a little bluegrass, I know John feels like he's being chased when he listens to it. Billy Strings is a fantastic up-and-coming artist. If you haven't heard him, he's cut a track with Dierks Bentley. He's going to be playing the First Bank Center. That's going to be some fun.
Okay, this may be a dumb question. Is his name actually Billy Strings, or is that a stage name?
I can't definitively say.
Because
I don't know for
bluegrass,
sure.
bro. Like
Strings.
If he's playing
Yeah.
banjo, the 6 strings.
He plays a lot of 6-string acoustic guitar.
Okay.
I don't know. We're going to have to fact check that, John. I don't know the answer to that, but I do know that he is tremendous.
Okay, well that's good.
No, Strings is probably not his real last name.
How do you know?
That my intuition.
It's a coin flip for
the
me.
subconscious network just told me.
All right.
We're gonna look at that after the show.
Yeah.
Also, some music coming in. Bush, John, your first concert.
First concert, Red Rocks, KBPI Birthday Bash. I saw Bush. They played with the Goo Goo Dolls and No Doubt. And No Doubt was right at the Ascent. Tragic Kingdom was released. They had released Just a Girl. They had done Spiderwebs. Don't Speak was just about to make them go thermonuclear.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I caught them right before they got huge. And
That's the best.
I imagine that was the tour where she started fucking Gavin Rossdale because they ended up married.
That could be.
Fantastic.
But Bush is still kicking it. I mean, Fillmore Auditorium Saturday. If you don't have tickets, still available.
I mean, classic venue here in Denver. Yeah. It's one of the well-known staples out here. And also, we also have the region's largest indoor automotive swap meet, and that's right, it's in Denver, fucking Colorado at the National Western Complex, and that's Saturday the 4th, Sunday the 5th. Folks, that is your episode of Happy Friday Denver. Please make sure to tune in next week and to all the other podcasts on the Mile High Life Network. If you are enjoying the content, definitely listen everywhere if you can't watch it, but if you are checking it out anywhere, be sure to subscribe, and it means so much to us, and it goes really far, and the community is awesome as well. We have such a great community. Reach us on at Happy Friday Den on all the social medias. That's happyfridaydenver@gmail.com, and as always, be sure to check out Mile High Life. What an awesome local network here in Denver that will go nationwide, worldwide, and you know who's bringing in the noise. That's right, it's the Frickashinas. Bring it in, baby.